Shortly after my trip to Hanoi, where I obtained this unprecedented access for American search teams to enter a prison in Vietnam, we carried out that operation, but did not come back with any information about the pilot who had been identified by his daughter as one of the three individuals in the photo. Shortly thereafter, I was at one of our Perm 5 meetings in China, and I met privately out in the garden of a hotel with the senior representative of the Cambodian Communist government, the Cambodian People's Party negotiator, who was an observer at our meetings. His name was Sok An. And as he and I sat in the garden and talked about the issues of our needing to search and investigate, and I said, you know, we've never, ever been able to enter Cambodia. We've never had a search team come to Cambodia to look for, account for American POWs. I realize they're not as many as in Vietnam, but there's still significant numbers who had crashed in Cambodia. You may have records in Cambodia about their fate. We would be very, very anxious to be able to do that. So we'd never, ever been in Cambodia. And Sok An turns to me. He's very close to the Prime Minister Hun Sen, who was the leading communist official leading the communist government in Cambodia, but dramatically opposed to the Khmer Rouge. But Sok An says to me, send a team. We will let American teams into Cambodia. So now, having had access to prisons in Vietnam, now, all of a sudden, we are going to be able to send teams into Cambodia. I cabled this information back to Washington, said we have to do this now quickly. We have to take advantage of this opportunity. I've created this. We have no embassy. We have no official U.S. government presence in Cambodia at all. And now suddenly a breakthrough moment. We send teams there. The military teams come at first, and they get to go out and they're searching through records and information, and they bring the photo of those three men with them. And through help in Cambodia, and Cambodian officials bring a document to our military team. And the document they bring that they found out of their archives is a Russian language magazine from much earlier in the 20th century about Soviet agricultural practices. And there in this magazine, dating back to the 1920s, is the photo. The photo of the three men who had been identified as three American POWs, alive in captivity in Vietnam. In this magazine, this photo was of three Russian, Soviet agricultural experts. And the discussion in Russian was about developments on Soviet communal farms and farming practices in the 1920s. And suddenly, it became absolutely clear that what had happened was someone had extracted that photo, copied it, and passed it in channels that eventually got to these American families these families that had suffered so much, and had presented it to them, not for what it was, but claiming it was live American prisoners from the Vietnam War. We would see this again and again, scams intended to get money from American groups that might pay for it, take advantage of the heartbreaking agony and suffering of the American POW MIA families, so desperate for information about their loved one. It wasn't the information that that family wanted to have. But I was pleased that my efforts, my flying to Hanoi, when the family had tearfully pleaded with me to do that, my negotiations in Vietnamese had led to us being able to search prisons, and then my conversation with a Cambodian official had gotten us access to the country of Cambodia, which would soon emerge as the country providing the absolute best cooperation with the United States in searching for POW MIAs, that it was my initiative that brought about both of those developments.